Well, hi there. How are you guys doing today? Come on, Clint. Where is he? I just got a comment that it was just on one of our older videos, the top 5 for kids. It says you're mad and stupid and weird, and I just figure it wouldn't be much fun if I weren't, right? So thank you guys all so much for being here. I'll tell you about a weird and stupid and what was the other thing? Mad thing that happened to me last night. I ate some rice. Alicia's like, why are you telling them this? Because I sound funny, and they got to know why.
Don't sound funny.
Oh, I sound funny. I sound funny. So I ate some rice, and it got stuck in my throat, and I was coughing forever. And so, like, today I've got this, like, fake cold-sounding voice, but I'm not dying or anything. I made it. But if I sound weird, that's why. Thank you for your patience with my weird voice.
Clint, I've never attended a live stream before, and I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm so excited that you can be here. Thank you guys so much. This is so cool. I'm very surprised. What is this, week 24? Is it? Week 24.
That is insane.
That is crazy. That really, like, in some ways this year feels like it's been an eternity, and yet, at the same time, it's like, have we really been doing this that long? 24 weeks?
That's a long time.
So this has been one of the great things that has come out of all the quarantine and everything is, I feel like my relationship with you guys has grown tremendously. And I've gotten to know so many of you through this. And then, of course, through our face-to-face chats at the Reptile Room, which have been awesome. The Reptile Room, we're starting to work on like a low-scale opening for the Reptile Room. So, little by little, I told you guys. Well, I've got some exciting news. I want to talk to you about in a little bit, and show you some stuff. I'm not going to leave you hanging for too long on this one. You guys know something cool came. I'm excited to show it to you. I'll tell you a little bit about why I got this.
Wait, you just skimmed over the one-on-ones. Weren't you saying
they're amazing? I'm just so excited about so many things. But I'm getting to know so many of you. Like I see Anthony's on here. Anthony and I, we've had some just incredible conversations, and there's just so many of you.
Penny Rose the leopard gecko.
What? Are you named after my Penny Rose? Or is this is there another Penny Rose? That is so cool.
That is so cool.
Penny Rose the leopard gecko.
Okay, sorry, keep going. One-on-ones, I interrupted.
Well, see, there's just so many exciting things. But, things are really starting to come together. Like, because of you guys, because of the face-to-faces that we've been able to do, we're making it. And Alicia, that was, I think, just this morning. She's like, if we can make it through COVID, we can make it through anything. And
no, I was asking.
Oh, if we can make it through COVID, can we make it through anything? Okay, so maybe she's not as confident as I am. But it's all because of you guys. Honestly, the Reptile Room wouldn't have happened without you guys, and it would be done. Like, I would have to be closing it up, and you guys have saved it. You guys have saved it, and it's those face-to-faces completely that did it. So thank you guys so much, and thank you for being here, and just your support means everything to us.
Can I interject something?
Yes, you may.
So Clint mentioned that we are doing a soft opening at the Reptile Room. We're going to be open to the public in October. And with that, we're going to start having volunteers come work with us. Work with Clinty, do enclosure builds and upkeep, maintenance, and backstaging organization, and working with customers and all sorts of fun little things. And a lot of you have reached out and said, I want to volunteer. I want to help. What should I do? And anybody who has reached out thus far, I have sent an email to ask you what your availability is like, to see if we can set up an interview for you to come in and let us get to know you a little bit. So if you're listening and you've sent an email out, you should already have received that email with the little form. I already have quite a few responses from the people who are really interested. So if you're interested in doing that, email us and we'll send that form out to you. ClintsReptileRoom@gmail.com.
So far we haven't reached out to the local reptile community or anybody. You guys are the only ones that know. And because you guys would be our first choice. Really, the things that we're looking for in somebody to come volunteer is, somebody who can be dependable, but also somebody who just has that passion and love for it, because I feel like that is the thing more than anything that we want to share with the community here and with the world. And so, bring that. And that's just one of those things you just can't buy,
People seem pretty amped up about Gus Gus. You want to talk about where we are right now?
With Gus Gus?
People are like, show Gus Gus. We want to see Gus Gus.
Well, Gus Gus is at the Reptile Room, where unfortunately my internet is horrible. And it's good enough. So if you want to come see Gus Gus, you can either come in October or schedule a live face-to-face. I'll try to bring him to a live stream soon. But what I have for you today is something you've never seen, at least not on here, ever before. And it's pretty exciting. You
want to show off this girl?
Yo! But you've seen this before.
She's pretty happy.
Yeah, but
she just woke up from her nap.
We've been doing these her entire life. She's not even at week 24.
I love you. Hi.
You're so good.
Are you looking at Mama?
She's like, get me out of here.
Look at the camera, Martha.
Martha, look over here. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, are they trouble? Are they trouble? This isn't the thing that came, by the way. Something has arrived. We actually did have a live stream for that. Talk all about her story. Oh, you're so good, Miss Martha. We love you. Can I hold her a little longer?
If you'd like.
Oh, I would like.
I thought you were gonna hold the other thing right now.
Oh, should yeah, I probably should. I don't want to leave you guys hanging for too long. Do we have any questions yet?
We do have a few little
Why don't I answer a couple of questions and then I'll go ahead and tell my little story and pop
Super chat time.
Oh, wait, I gotta I might hand it. Right. No, I don't need to. I can do this. All right.
She's so cute. I want to bite her toes off.
She will. That's why I have to keep her.
Hi, beauty. Okay, super chat. So our friend Anthony, who you've had quite a few one-on-one chats with.
Yes.
He's an awesome, stellar guy. He just sent a $100 super chat.
Anthony, thank you so much. Anthony really is like a huge part of why the Reptile Room has made it. Thank you so much. That is so generous of you.
That's really, really kind.
Yes.
Thank you, Anthony.
Oh my goodness.
Anthony said, hello there, my great friend. I was wondering if you could explain in depth about what makes the Tuatara so unique. I know it is an ancient species of reptile in its own genus with several morphological differences to other reptiles, but I was curious as to the specifics.
Oh, so there's a lot of things. A lot of the clear differences between the Tuatara. And for those of you who don't know what the Tuatara is, the Tuatara is what you would call a living fossil. They're in a group called the Sphenodonta, and that has to do with their teeth, because their weird teeth are one of the things that are unique about them. But they are closely related to the lizards and snakes, to that group, but they are not in that group. They're just out of that group. And they're a living fossil. That's a word that a lot of people don't totally understand. So a living fossil isn't something that isn't changed through time. Like if we go back and look at fossils of the lineage that includes the Tuatara, there's nothing that looks just like a modern Tuatara until you get pretty close to now. But the deal is that they are part of a lineage that is almost entirely extinct, except for just a few examples. And so in the case of the Tuatara, I think there are 2, maybe 3 species on New Zealand. And that's it. That's all that's left of this lineage. And there are a few major differences between the Tuataras and the lizards and snakes, which they look a heck of a lot like a lot of other lizards. There's a type of agamid lizard even called a Tuatara dragon, because it's a lizard that looks a heck of a lot like a Tuatara, but it isn't one. I actually recently got to see Tuataras for the first time in my life when we went to New Zealand. And we have quite a bit of footage of them. We should do something with it. Let us know. Go ahead and comment what you think we should do with that footage. Should we make a video about Tuataras? Should we make just a video kind of talking about our adventures in New Zealand? I have a lot of footage of New Zealand, but where we were before we went to New Zealand destroyed our audio equipment. So I don't have very much good audio from New Zealand.
But you can voice over
it.
Yeah.
So I'd love to talk about it.
Stuff.
It is really cool stuff.
You really need
some other cool stuff from New Zealand also. We will do some cool stuff with this. Let's make that happen. So anyway,
Newt said recently. Clint, that was almost half a year ago. More.
Yeah,
More
almost
than
a full
half
year ago. So the Tuataras, some of the big differences. One of them is their dentition. Their teeth have a different sort of structure than the rest of than the lizards and snakes. And they've also got kind of a partial beak. So they've got like a beak and teeth. And then they've got a brain. Their brain is more similar to what you find in amphibians than it is to the lizards and snakes. And one of the more conspicuous things is that all the lizards and snakes, all of these are diapsid reptiles. What that means is there are two holes behind their eye through which muscles can pass. And those are usually pretty good holes. On the lizards and snakes, though, the bottom of the lower hole, which is called the jugal arch, that's missing. And so they've got an open bottom hole. The Tuatara is still closed. They have like the most perfect skull. If you wanted to show somebody, this is what I mean when I say diapsid. The Tuatara skull is just exquisite for that. And then one of the more unique features of the Tuatara, and actually a lot of lizards have this as well, but not nearly as much, is their parietal gland sits up on top of their skull, goes through a big hole in the skull, and forms sort of an eye. It's photosensitive. So they can detect light with it, and it's really important for setting their photo period, like for them to know when it's day and when it's night, what season it is, so that their body cycles properly. You actually do the same thing, but you get the information through your eyes to that same gland in your brain. And if you have total blindness, then you experience something called perpetual night syndrome, where your body has no idea when it's day and when it's night.
Anthony asked for an in-depth answer, and I think you delivered.
Yeah. I got nothing left for a video on Tuataras.
Yeah. And Martha's so cute. She was like holding onto your arm and your hand, watching you. Okay, sorry. More super chats coming in.
Super chat.
Red Knight said, "I love your videos, and you helped me choose my very first pet. I want to know what it is."
Oh, Red Knight, what was it? But
Yeah.
I'm so glad we were able to help you.
Yes,
That's
and
incredible.
Penny Rose, the leopard gecko. I want to know where you got Penny Rose from. Okay,
Yeah.
another super chat coming in.
Super chat.
Drew said, "How come we've known about legless lizards since 1790s and they aren't extinct, but we can't get them to breed in captivity?"
Oh, I have such good news for you guys. So
wait, what was it?
Oh, I have such good news for you guys. So the thing with legless lizards, so for starters, there are lots of types of legless lizards. Like maybe around 24 different lineages of legless lizards that are out there. Among those are the snakes. Spoiler if I ever make a video on this. But the ones you're probably talking about are the Skeltopusic, the European legless lizards. And they have been very difficult for us to breed. And a lot of times the difficulty is there's one set of requirements that an animal has to not die in captivity. But there are a lot of environmental factors like photo period and changes in temperature, changes in barometric pressure, changes in humidity, very, very fine details of the environment that a lot of these animals are cueing into to help them know when it is an appropriate time to breed. And especially if you're from somewhere like Northern Europe, where if you breed at the wrong time, all of your babies are going to die. They need to be very, very in tune with their environment.
Climate?
Yeah, because there's a long, harsh winter.
Right.
And so those animals are very, very in tune with their environment. And we might not know exactly what they're cueing into. And so they've been impossible to breed. But there is phenomenal news because a zoo, and I need to find out which one, but a zoo just recently produced captive bred Skeltopusics, which means, hopefully deliberately, maybe by accident, but somebody dialed in to exactly what is triggering them to breed, which means they might be able to share that knowledge with us. And even if it was an accident, they can at least sit back and go, okay, what were things like when they bred? And they're really cool. They're banded as babies. They're kind of drab looking as adults, but they're really cool. But they're banded as babies. And if we can have regularly breeding Skeltopusics, they're incredible. They're like super weird blue tongue skinks. I love them. So anyway, They're incredible, but captive bred is the key, and we might be right on the verge of having them.
Awesome. Red Knight just did another super chat and said it was a beardy, his first animal.
Oh, what an excellent choice. What an excellent choice.
Do you want to open it now, or do you want to do some more super chats?
Let's do 2 more super chats, and then we'll crack into this.
Well, good news. I think there might only be one.
One more super chat.
It's from our friend Anthony again.
Anthony.
Very in-depth answer. Haha. Black mamba or inland taipan. Which would you rather interact with or observe? The Steve Irwin in me says taipan, but the same human being in me says run the other direction.
Yeah. I would rather observe the taipan. The thing about mambas is that's one rare snake where you might actually need to just run flat out in order to get away. Most snakes, if you just casually saunter off, even if it was like, I'm gonna get ya, it still wouldn't. But a black mamba, that is a very fast snake. That's a good one. All right, I see we have a super chat for. What's a surprise?
Yeah, from Kaler's Aquatics.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm gonna hand over a cute little baby, so I can tell you a story. I just want to hold her though; she's so good. I'll hold her while I tell you the story. So, as part of our outreach program, I recently did a presentation for a school, and the school requested something that I hadn't done before, which was a creepy crawlies presentation. I think I told you guys about this before. Anyway, it was awesome. I scrounged together whatever creepy crawlies I have, which included Skeltopusic and some snakes, but also I brought a tarantula. I got a black widow, a jumping spider, a hissing cockroach, a scorpion, which I have a scorpion, and it just had a ton of babies. I should show them to you guys sometime.
Which scrunched together is an accurate depiction because I think you had great creepy polyps.
It was a good collection, but I'm not like. I don't have a group of arthropods that I bring to presentations ever. I just bring reptiles. And so it's like, these are just arthropods I have because arthropods are rad. So I scrounged them together and took them, and it was a blast. I had so much fun, and we had such a good experience with the kids. And I'm like, okay, we got to make this a thing. So we have actually added an official presentation that we now do for creepy crawlies. And it was so much fun. It was just so good. But I wanted a few extra rad creepy crawlies to show off, and so I've got one that you guys haven't seen yet, but then I have one that just arrived. It arrived yesterday, and I'm really excited to show it to you. I handled it once, and I will tell you. I'll tell you. It took me a while to build up the nerve, even though these things have a reputation for being so friendly, but they are so terrifying looking. They just look horrifying, and they are not. So I will show you. I'm going to handle it for the second time.
Duckling Warrior said, "Bless you," because Martha sneezed. Thank you. I almost said it, but I didn't want to interrupt. There's the cutest little sneeze I ever heard.
Okay. Are you guys ready? I love this thing. I'm hoping there's just lots of conversation about this after.
Emperor scorpion. Is it a reptile? Assassin bug.
Ooh, assassin bugs are cool. Emperor scorpion, big
Whip
fan.
scorpion. Ah! Wait, Vinegaroon. That's like the cutest baby ever. Thank you.
Let's see if I can get the lid off this
A
thing.
reptile. Whip scorpion. Centipede. It's a reptile.
Centipede. I will tell you. If there were a centipede, there would not be I handled it yesterday, and I'm going to handle it again today.
Ooh, Clinty.
I know, it's such a nightmare. It's such a nightmare, and it is so... What?
Clinty.
I know! Woo!
Oh, my.
My brain says it's fine, but every fight or flight or freeze response that I have goes, are you sure? Who told you this is nice?
Butterfly. Okay. The suspense is killing me.
Oh, goodness. Oh, it's so horrific. How terrifying is this? Oh, it's horrifying.
Oh, Clinty, how terrifying is this? As you say with a giant smile on your face.
You can see the way I approach life. I'm like, this is terrifying. I love it. Oh my gosh. This, obviously, a lot of you guys have already guessed it. This is a giant Vinegaroon. Vinegaroons are incredibly bodacious, and I am so excited about this. This is the perfect creepy crawly for doing a presentation about creepy crawlies, because it is so creepy and so crawly and so friendly and handleable. But my gosh, how could it look any more terrifying?
Look at all the angles. It has like that weird stinger thing in the back, and the claws and the antenna that are ginormous.
So for those of you not familiar with Vinegaroons, I'm trying to pace myself on these dang arthropod videos, because I love arthropods so much. And this is one I'm very excited to share with you guys. But I'm like, okay, you gotta wait. You gotta film some reptiles.
Eyeballs?
Its eyeballs are sort of up here in a cluster at the front of its
Can
head.
I peek?
Yeah.
Can I come over
Yeah.
and
Come peek. Alicia's getting her first up close on the Vinegaroon.
Where's the eyeballs?
They're kind of in a cluster right here at the front.
Like that little point thingy?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to get.
There are probably some more. We got to hit this thing up with our macro lens.
Yeah, we do, because that thing's creepy. I can hardly see the eyes. Are there actually more than two?
There's probably a group of them, but I haven't. This is only the second time I've handled it, so I haven't had a lot of time.
Ew, don't let it walk by me.
Okay. So you guys know a little bit of something about the Vinegaroon. The Vinegaroon has 6 walking legs, which makes it look like an insect.
Somebody said they actually have 2 eyes up front and 2 clusters of 3 on the sides of it.
Yeah, I think I can see those eyes on the side. This guy, the way it came to me, it was kind of in some substrate that stuck to it, so it's not as clean as I'd like it to be. I'm hoping as it digs that it'll get a lot of that off of itself. But let me walk you through the horror that is the Vinegaroon. So the Vinegaroon is it's an arachnid, even though it has 6 walking legs like an insect, because those other 2 long wispy antenna looking things, arachnids don't have antenna. Those are walking legs that have been modified to serve a function very much like antenna. And then
no way.
Up front, you see it's got some terrifying giant claws like a scorpion. They're often called whip scorpions for this reason. And those scorpion claws, those are the pedipalps, just like on a scorpion. And they're terrifying looking. They're really freakier looking than scorpion claws, if you ask me. But it's adorable what he does with them. I mean, I'm sure not as much when he's hunting, but he's been digging a lot. And the way they dig is so cute. They just kind of go in and they scoop up dirt like a big armful, and then they walk off to the other side and they drop it down. It's so magical and horrifying. And then they've got chelicerae, which are claw-like mouth parts. So that fills me with joy and horror.
Would they need to hibernate in captivity?
They do usually spend several months underground every year.
Interesting.
And so they'll come out for a few months, and then they're underground for a few months. These guys are from North America. Look at it. It's got that giant whip doohickey off the back, and their defense. So I guess even though they got these claws and the freaky chelicerae, there's no real record of them biting or pinching people. Their main defense, if they get really freaked out, is to secrete an acidic substance that can burn if it gets into a cut or something, but it's not a very strong acid. But it smells like vinegar, hence the name Vinegaroon.
Are they long-lived?
Yes, they're very long-lived. Like a decade for males, 2 decades for females.
What? Why do females live so much longer?
I don't know.
And it's not an actual stinger, right?
Nope, they have no venom.
But it's is it supposed to look like one?
If he gets on my back, I'm not sure how he gets off.
Oh,
Like, leash, scoop this off. And she's like, I don't see that happening anytime soon. So how this might go is pretty soon I have this freaky looking Vinegaroon on my face. And you guys, fortunately I'm on camera so I can at least see where he is. Isn't it a wonderful creature?
That's a big cricket.
It's a big cricket. Oh dear. He's so cool. Anyway, that is a Vinegaroon.
Why do the females live so much longer?
I can't tell you exactly. I can give you some guesses. A lot of the times, I'm not even sure how cannibalistic they may be. That could be a thing. Oh, that's terrifying to watch.
It's really creepy to see it on your back. I hate it.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan either, but I love it at the same time.
Okay, get it off. It's low.
Hallie.
It's low. It's low.
Okay.
Get it.
Let's see if I can figure this out. All right.
Turn around.
Alicia's gonna get it?
No, I'm not getting.
Oh.
Ah! I'm scared. Ah!
Where is it?
On your bum.
Oh, good.
I'm so.
I can't see it. This is.
I don't want to touch
Where is it?
It's on your bum.
This is the best live stream we've ever done. Oh, if I found it was creepy before, imagine doing it blind.
Oh, you got it. You got it. You got it. I thought I was gonna be brave enough and be like, "It's okay. I got this. I can scoop this thing up."
I'm
And
a
then I got
hero.
close and
Yeah, then
it
I
freaked
looked
me
at
out.
it. It's so terrifying looking. Yippee!
Yeah.
All right. Best live stream ever. My baby, our baby looks concerned. Baby's like, oh no, these are the people that take care of me. My God. Not only did they bring that into the house on purpose, but they don't seem to be able to handle it. Is this the best for a creepy crawly presentation or what?
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yippee!
Oh, it's so
Put him
terrifying.
away.
Okay. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm very excited about it. We might get that back out before this is over. But I'll be too distracted.
My little heart. I thought I was going to be so brave to go get it, and I just couldn't. All right. Should we jump over to Patreon for a minute?
Yeah, let's jump over to Patreon for a minute.
Patreon is super
Patreon.
awesome. Jason works super hard to make Patreon a awesome place to be. Yeah?
Mhm.
What else? Anything else?
Well, they really are what allowed this channel just to grow and thrive and expand in all sorts of new directions. And we always try to pay it forward to our patrons who are rad fans and stinking rad fans. We try to pay it forward to them by having all sorts of features. Like we have a podcast that we do regularly. We have extra videos called Patreon Extra, and among other features, patrons get to submit questions early for our live streams.
So,
But I don't see them in advance, so they're just as new to me as any of the others.
Nick Bohannon said, "Oh, something arrived for me as well. Finally got an Aki. Thank you for talking about them. I really started to fall in love with them because of your videos."
I've been playing with my Aki quite a bit more lately. They're just so magnificent.
Ooh, this is exciting. Jake Frankel said, "Can you do a video on the Argus monitor? I think they're super interesting."
Should I tell them?
Tell them.
Okay. I think I'm going to do the Argus monitor video this coming week. And
It's not going to be released. It'll be
no,
filmed.
I'm going to film it this coming week because I've got something cool that I'm going to be doing. So previously, when we did our top 6 monitors, we featured the Argus monitor, and the Argus monitor that I featured is a large breeder male from Great Basin Serpentarium. Which, I mean, he's glorious and beautiful, but he's not socialized, and he was terrifying. You might remember this video. I've never been so convinced I was about to be like torn to shreds right on camera, which would have made for a great video. But anyway, but
It's in the channel trailer.
yes.
Yeah, it's so great.
Yeah, it's like being tied up with an angry dinosaur. That's pretty much how that was. So this coming week, I'm going to be hanging out with the Mink Man, and let's see, he's got this awesome Argus monitor named Raptor, and he's been training Raptor to hunt in the same way that you would train minks to hunt. It's really a lot like falconry, except he's using an Argus monitor for it. And so anyway, we're gonna go see his Argus monitor, and I'm thinking maybe this would be a good time to, I mean, because Raptor seems pretty amazing. You know, he or she, I'm actually going to go out and try to sex Raptor for him, is not fully grown just yet. So that might be the only reason I wouldn't, but seems to be very well behaved. Argus monitors have a very powerful feeding response. That's what makes them dangerous. In a lot of ways, they're just like a colossal Aki. But anyway, so that'll be exciting. And I may, while we're out there, I might just go ahead and do that video. So stay tuned.
This is a really awesome, amazing comment from one of our patrons at Patreon, and also Mink Man. That's exciting. I'm surprised you told him. Usually you keep things secret.
I know.
This is from Ash. She said, "Hi Clint, it's Meezer, aka Ashley, your first one-on-one video chat.
No big deal.
You've been a really positive influence for me during some tough times the last few months. Thank you for being such a beacon of positivity. Our chat was one of the best highlights of my year so far. I know this is a little beyond your scope, but maybe your wife can help out too. My husband and I, I didn't read it this far. Sorry." I'm like, oh no, what can I help with? My husband and I want kids in the next few years, and I am someone who's committed to caring for animals their whole lives. I would never want to give up any of my babies. Realistically, what are the chances that through handling a pet rat or reptile that I will get sick during pregnancy? Is there an easy way to test for anything serious? I ask this because even though the reptiles are low maintenance, asking my husband to care for all of our pets seems off the table too. Any ideas? Sending love from PA, Ashley.
I think your risk from reptiles is very low because reptiles are fairly distant relatives of humans. They don't carry very many things that you can get. Salmonella would be your biggest risk, which, I mean, you know, that you wouldn't want to get that while you're pregnant, but it's not that isn't going to directly, like, I don't think that's going to infect your developing child. It would just be something that would give you extra reasons to feel sick and throw up, and you know, it could be a little bit dangerous. Generally speaking, though, that shouldn't be an issue. It's not any more of an issue when you're pregnant than any other time. Rats, I'm less confident about. You know, rodents are very closely related phylogenetically to humans, and as a consequence, they carry a lot of things we can get. I love rats, but I don't know specifically what diseases they might carry that might be particularly dangerous during pregnancy. That could be an issue. That would probably be something to talk to your doctor about. I know cats can carry some things that are really,
and especially messing
risky
with the kitty litter.
Yeah. So don't eat any kitty litter at all.
Or the poop that's in it.
Yeah. See, I knew you'd help. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know as much about that as I would like to know. But those are really good questions, and I know that a lot of, well, your doctors will probably be aware for at least things like cats and dogs and even rats, what those risks might be. I would say from reptiles, though, a minimal concern. Just wash your hands like always. You know, don't lick anything.
And to be completely honest, Clint really does take care of all the animals. Before it was a YouTube thing and a job, it was just his hobby and what he loved to do. And so he would say, I want to get this, and then he had him at his office at school for a long time, and as the school said you can't keep the animals here anymore, and he needed to bring them home.
We changed buildings,
and that was a big deal. Like I did not want the animals at home in our home, and so whatever animal Clint gets or wants, then he knows he's the one to take care of it and do everything that it needs. It's not my hobby. It's not my thing. I like to be involved and I like to help out. I like doing the other bits of what is now our dream, like working on the Reptile Room and things like that. But I don't care for the animals.
I'd have to train her.
Yeah. He's had me feed them like once or twice while he's gone on business trips, where I feed a gecko or two and give the bearded dragon some crickets. But that's it. Okay, sorry, moving on. Anthony says, our friend Anthony, hello, my friend.
Anthony.
What, in your opinion, are some of the most handleable, highly venomous snakes?
Whew. Highly venomous. My personal opinion is I wouldn't recommend handling any highly venomous snakes. If you are, here's your trade-off. Vipers tend to be more heavy-bodied and not as quick and darty as far as moving their whole body around. So in that way, if you're using proper tools, like I wouldn't recommend free handling any of them, but using proper tools like a snake hook, vipers can be handled, most of them. Most vipers can be handled fairly easily. Like I would feel fairly confident handling most vipers. Handling elapids is a whole other thing because, elapids, now here's the big difference. Vipers strike much harder and much more accurately, and it's just fast, and their fangs come out to where they're almost straight out. So if they bite you or if they hit you, they're gonna get you with fangs. In a elapid, the fangs are fixed, and their mouths often don't open that wide, and they really have to get their mouth around you. It's not just going to hit you straight on. They got to get their mouth around you. So, an elapid is going to have a harder time biting you, but it's going to have a much easier time getting around and getting to you. And so elapids are a really intense group of snakes to try to handle. I would say, as far as handleability, though, the sea snakes are going to be your most handleable, or at least among your most handleable. Sea snakes and crates. They're often very, very uninclined to bite, but it would be horrifically bad deal if they ever did. But yeah, generally speaking, I would say vipers are easier to manipulate with proper tools than our elapids. As you can see in our king cobra video, those king cobras, they're coming up the hook. Vipers aren't going to do that to you.
Awesome.
Generally speaking.
Joshua Bem said, do you plan on doing a video on the black-tailed Crebo or other snakes of the Vinegaroon genus?
Yes. Absolutely. I love Creepos and Indigo snakes. Mostly it's just having access to them. If I get to go up and see Emily again, I know she's got some Creepos now. There's some people here in the state. In fact, one of my good friends just got some Indigo snakes, but they're still a little bit small. And there are other people I know. Richard Bilbo is the name of someone I know here locally who has some just gorgeous adult indigos, and they're super just terrific. And I've handled them before, but he lives quite a ways from here. He comes up for the expo, so maybe I'll have to reach out to him sometime before the expo. And
yeah, great idea.
That would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
That'd be beautiful to see his snake.
I did some polls about indigos a while back, and there wasn't that much enthusiasm about them. I think only because most people don't know what they are.
Yeah, definitely reach out to Richard. You got to do that right after this. Okay. Robert Watson is now a friend.
Yes.
He said, hello, Clint. Got a rattlesnake question for you. Okay. I recently read...
Hey, when you said got a rattlesnake, I'm like, really?
40 questions.
Yes.
I recently read about the migration of Mojave neurotoxins, originally only found in the populations of Mojave rattlesnakes in Southern California and Arizona. And then Glenn Strait, 1989. Cited that having been discovered in specimens of the timber rattlesnake on the East Coast in lethal quantities in the last 20 years. One explanation is rapid molecular evolution of venom as the result of localized crossbreeding that has been spread across different species of rattlesnakes through mutual shared ranges from one species to another, effectively leapfrogging across the country. The other explanation is that the spread is a byproduct of a small biochemical adjustments as a result of a predator and prey arms race. That was a question. Lots of concurrent adaptations using variations on similar venom glands to outcompete a rising prey resistances. Sorry, it's still going. Natural selection favoring these rattlesnakes with the most successful venom variant, e.g. addition of a neurotoxin. What are your thoughts on the matter? Do you have a preferred explanation?
Okay, so it seems like the explanation is that you've got neurotoxins present in the venoms of rattlesnakes sort of on the two coasts and not really found very much in between. And it's like, why? And so one of the explanations that was given there, which is a cool one that I don't know if I would have thought of necessarily, is that essentially there's hybridization. You get these things called like ring species where every population of rattlesnakes could potentially hybridize and breed with its neighboring population. Maybe not these guys with these guys, but these guys can with these guys, and these guys with these guys, and these guys with these guys, and these guys with these guys. And so potentially a gene can make its way all the way across from one population all the way to a distantly related population by leapfrogging through all these populations over time. Seems possible. If I had to hypothesize, my hypothesis would be that this neurotoxin in the venom is an ancestral characteristic, in that the ancestors of all the rattlesnakes at some point had that, and it's generally inactivated in the venoms of a lot of these rattlesnakes, but can very easily, by a very simple mutation, could be reactivated. And if the selective environment was favorable, then whammo zammo, neurotoxin time.
Let's do middle of the stream lightning round, because there's
midstream lightning
there's
round.
about 5 or 6 questions that are super short. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
What is your favorite locality of carpet python? Would you ever consider getting different localities like Redis or Iron Jace? That's from Tyler Lashbrook.
Okay, I really like the jungle carpets just because of the colors.
Nick Moore says,
but I would consider it.
Is a 5x5x3 big enough for a full-grown tegu enclosure, especially if he's taken out frequently?
I wouldn't. I mean, depends on how frequently you're talking about. If you were going to have like sort of a free-rangey tegu that had a good enclosure, maybe, but 5x5x3. Yeah, maybe I would do different dimensions, but maybe it's bigger's better.
Born to Eat Bacon. Hi, Clint. Johnny here. Connor and I really enjoyed our second face-to-face. In fact, can't pick a favorite. We were wondering if you will continue these in a more limited fashion after COVID. Is it a great opportunity for people unable to make the trip to visit in person? Be well. Hi, Alicia. Hi.
Honestly, I hope that we're always doing these. It is so cool, and so many of you are far away. And the Reptile Room is just. I mean, you guys. Because you've been there twice now, like you've gotten to see some of the changes and things that we're working on. When people come for a face-to-face, I try to show them a lot of behind-the-scenes things that are going to be future videos and stuff like that. And so I think absolutely we're, I want you guys to be able to be there even if you can't travel.
Yeah. We love it. Jake Frankel, lots of questions on monitors. Could king monitors be a first pet lizard? They're smaller than Ackies but need the same care. Could you do a video on king's monitors? They're so small and cute. Could a lace monitor be a first monitor?
Okay. Yes. So one of the big things about both of those is just the cost. On the king's monitors, it's just the cost of finding one. That's the main reason that Ackies are better, is just because you can get one a lot cheaper and a lot more easily. But there are a lot of dwarf monitors that are actually just about as rad as Ackies, or maybe even radder, but just hard to get. Lace monitors, I love lace monitors, but I mean that's a serious lizard, so just make sure like there's nothing about the care. A lace monitor is a great monitor as far as care goes. It's just big, and so it's going to be expensive. You're going to need a big enclosure and all that stuff, but if you're ready for an Ackie, but you've got money to do everything for an Ackie on a much grander scale, and you get fairly decent at reading that monitor while it's young, it'd be great.
Jeff Gray said, hi, Claire. I'd love a little update on your pictus geckos. I absolutely fell for them when I saw your video on them some time ago. I just wish they were more available so I could actually find one.
Wouldn't that be delightful if they were a little bit more available? Yeah, they are a lot of fun. I do find, this is just my personal preference, that Alicia's still alive, for the record.
Just tripped over the cord and the chair came tumbling.
Are you okay?
Yes. Trying to grab the baby's binky.
But yeah, they're a lot of fun. I would say leopard geckos are more fun though, just because they're a little bit easier to handle. But the pictus geckos, if space is a big issue, they're pretty awesome.
Okay, Natasha Peterson says, hi Clint, I got a, for now, small Pac-Man frog this week and it made me think. For me, the biggest drawback with frogs/amphibians is their unsuitability for handling. But is there any frog species that could keep you from drifting off into a wasteland of despair, or do you think they're just not as much fun as reptiles?
Okay. Frogs are fun in my opinion, in a very similar way to the way that it is fun to have a fish tank. Because it's an animal that largely you watch and you don't handle, but some of them, especially like dart frogs and mantellas, they can be extremely active in the enclosure and fun. Having a Pac-Man frog is like having a wolf fish or a toadfish or something like that. That's just an ambush predator that sits and holds still. But The thing that I find really enjoyable about frogs, it's a different sort of enjoyment. With most frogs, especially tropical frogs, you can build these just beautiful, elaborate enclosures with waterfalls. Like we set up that paludarium on our filming set. I found that even before I had any animals living in it, I spent a lot of time just looking in there and enjoying the enclosure. And then, by putting frogs in there, it just gives it a whole additional level of excitement. So I think frogs can be really, really fun. I don't think any of them stack up to the things on the ultimate pet reptiles list, but there are some, having frogs can be really enjoyable and satisfying.
Betty Morgan said, "Hi, Clint. I just purchased a jeweled Lacerda CBB. Thank you for introducing them to me, along with Aki's, Tegu. Animal House Pets and Supplies has them available."
That Animal House Pets and Supplies, that's so cool. I'm so glad. Those need more attention because they're so cool.
John Dixon said, "Do you think you will ever do a video on giant African snails? They're so cool. Thanks for all your awesome videos and positive attitude."
So giant African snails are stupendously illegal to keep where I am. At the same time, they're awesome. They're super awesome. And and though they're stupendously illegal to keep, as the Reptile Room and our educational outreach grows, it's possible we could get permits. I don't know. But for the foreseeable future, I don't have any access to them here. So if I do, I would have to travel to somewhere where you can have them in order to do a video about them. But that'd be super cool. I would love to do it.
So we're heading back over to Super Chats. We have a Super Chat button.
No big deal. Rad. You guys have seen our Super Chat button. It's super rad.
Sherry LBW said, "Sad day. They found more black and white tegu here in South Carolina. Hopefully they have not managed to establish here.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate thing.
Yeah.
Again, tegus, not ideal, and it's not good for the hobby that they're there, and they will have an impact on some native fauna. I'm a lot more worried about cats, but and nobody else cares, but cats are a much bigger concern as far as environmental impact, but tegus are, hopefully they're not permanent.
Awesome. Nick Turner said, "What would you say is the most exciting species to become more available in the last 10 years? And what would you say is the most important advancement in husbandry in the last decade?"
Okay.
The most popular one, I would say, is crested gecko.
Oh, yeah. Crested geckos have been a huge big deal in the last 10 years or so. They were around a little before that.
Yeah.
So I would say the biggest advancement in care has probably been much better UV lighting.
Yeah.
That's been a big deal in the last 10 years. Something that's become available. Yeah, I would say crested geckos have been the biggest deal that has come out of it. Again, they didn't just start in the last 10 years, but you'd almost never heard of them, and then now they're just everywhere.
Yeah.
And 30 years ago, we thought they were extinct.
Anthony needs to start budgeting, I think, because he just sent a $50 super chat.
Anthony, thank you so much.
You're so good. I don't know how you afford this.
Yeah.
For the Reptile Room, my friend, ever since last time live stream when I asked about the extinction, I've done more research on it. It's stinking rad and so fascinating. What species do you think are the most important to potentially bring back?
Oh. Well, I know. So one of them that I think would be really great, I think it was one you talked about, is the thylacine. So the Tasmanian tiger. It's not a tiger. It's also called the Tasmanian wolf. It's not a wolf. It is a marsupial. The Tasmanian devil is essentially a marsupial badger or wolverine, and the thylacine is essentially a marsupial coyote. And sort of like a lot of the large predators in North America, in Australia, they were also trying to wipe out large predators because they were getting in the way of domestic wildlife, or not domestic wildlife, domestic animals were getting killed by them, and they drove them to extinction. What we do have are a few Tasmanian tiger cubs that were, or joeys, you probably would refer to them as. Tasmanian tiger joeys that were preserved in alcohol. And this is really important because if you preserve them in formaldehyde formalin, that destroys DNA. but in alcohol, not. So we have the genetic material, you know, and marsupials probably more than any other group, you know, they're probably particularly easy to have somebody foster because they do most of their developing out, you know, after birth. So that, you know, they're born very, very early. So if you had like Tasmanian devil as a surrogate mother for a Tasmanian tiger cub.
But could that work?
I think so.
That's so interesting.
The milk's probably not tremendously different.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, and mammoths.
Yeah.
They don't. No. This isn't something that needs to happen. I just would like to see a mammoth.
Awesome.
It'd be very doable.
Yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Morelia said, love the live streams. We have a few reptiles because of you. You'll have to wait to see them when we schedule our first one-on-one Zoom call.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's exciting. And David Copper said, dinosaurs?
Yes, I think we should. Dinosaurs are more difficult because they've been extinct for a really long time. Okay, can I give them some perspective?
Quickly.
Okay. A lot of times people are like, are you sure people and dinosaurs didn't live at the same time? Like, you know, you see the Flintstones and you're like, what the heck? Because people have been around for a long time and dinosaurs have been around for a long time. But the problem is the human brain can't really conceptualize really more than just a few hundred years of history. And that's why, you know, if you take an event from say 2,000 years ago, you know, that just like the Roman Empire, you know, that seems like forever ago. And even though you intellectually understand that the dinosaurs were alive a long time before that, it's all pretty much the same in your brain. Well, as it turns out, if every day lasted for 2,000 years.
1 day is 2,000 years.
1 day is 2,000 years. So the Roman Empire was yesterday. Humans have been around for about 2 months. And the dinosaurs have been extinct for the last 89 years. And they were around for like 180 years before that. So the dinosaurs were around for just forever, for a forever amount of time. And they've been gone for just a little while. But that little while is a huge amount of time compared to when people came around. Anyway, what I'm getting at is they've been dead for a long, long time, and it's going to be very, very difficult for us to find any DNA. In fact, until very recently, we thought it was impossible to find DNA. Now we have found that there seem to be ways that DNA can be preserved, but it's very, very, it doesn't last long. And so it actually seems more probable now than it did in the 90s that we may someday see a dinosaur.
I like that you got that answer from just dinosaurs question mark. That's all I put. And you got all of that. Clint and I were just joking the other day. Jason really, really wants a cabin someday in his life. He wants to have a cabin in the woods. And we were at the park with our kids, and Clint stopped and started chatting with some stranger. And Jason's always amazed that Clint can just talk to strangers. And Clint looked at me after he was done talking to the stranger and said, but tell Jason it's paying for his cabin. Yeah, good job, Clinty.
Especially if somebody had a shirt with dinosaurs question mark on it, like we're going to chat. We will be having a conversation.
Fleeting Candle sent 50 Canadian dollars.
Holy cow.
Thank you so much.
Fleeting Candle?
Yeah. For the candle
Thank
picture.
you so much.
Said, here's some northern bread.
That is a lot of northern bread. You have been a northern light to this channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Victoria Usher said, we are so excited to book our live chat with you. Going to be a surprise for our son's birthday. Eek! Couldn't get it to work though, so I emailed. Victoria, I saw your email. I saw that you were clicking on the date and for some reason it wouldn't work. I've never seen anyone else have that problem, so I don't know exactly what's going on. If you want to
Here, let's see. If worst comes to worst, schedule it maybe for a different date and time and tell us when.
No, if worst comes to worst, I'll do it manually.
If worst comes to worst, Alicia will do it manually. Keep contacting her. Thank you.
Yes, so thank you for the email. I've just been trying to figure out what that might be. So maybe, I don't know if you've tried refreshing it and going out and going back in and trying to click it, because I haven't heard anyone else to have that problem. So
I should be a technology specialist. If it's not working, try closing it down, shut your computer off, turn it back on, reopen the window. It'll probably work then.
Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm not.
That's not what I said.
The ridiculous thing is that is actually the solution most of the time.
Okay, sure.
Unless a python pees on your computer, then you're on your own.
Yeah, then you're on your own with Oz's help.
Yeah, thank you, Oz. Thank you, Oz.
Super chat. More super chats are coming on in. Sherry LBW said, I would agree on feral cats having a bigger impact on South Carolina wildlife than potential tegu populations. Unfortunately, the tegu will get more press.
Way more press and legislation.
Also, I still want to come out to South Carolina,
Oh,
Sherry,
so bad.
So maybe we'll have to come see you.
Yeah.
Lauren Bevel, I always
We're staying at your house.
No, that's not what I said.
I'm just teasing.
Don't make fun of me.
I'm not. I was just being silly.
Lauren
I would never
Bevel,
do that. Never be silly.
Lauren Bevel, I always recognize because she really liked your dad joke.
Yeah.
Carry on. But she just said,
It was so bad, that joke.
It was so bad.
And the best.
Just a little appreciation for helping to introduce me to reptiles. I especially appreciate my quiet Western hognose when my 2 labs are barking like crazy at the mailman and I'm on a work call.
That is one of the bigger problems with many mammals, is they can be so loud. Mammals and birds.
Okay. Sorry, I started reading another.
What the? Okay.
Anthony sent another super chat that said,
Anthony.
This might be a fun idea when you branch out to do mammals. African crested porcupine. Best pet walking pincushion.
Oh, I would love that.
That'd be fun.
Honestly, I do think I would like to dabble into doing mammals sometime. So we'll have to see. Should I do a mink video with the mink man?
Sherry said, LOL, come on out. I have a guest room.
All right. We're on our way.
Yeah. Our kids are homeschooled. Clint works from home. Here we go.
Yeah. Alicia's already in the car.
Okay. Clockwork Seal just sent a $25 super chat.
Thank you so much.
I ran across your videos when I was thinking about getting a reptile a few months ago, and last week I just got a northern blue-tongued skink as my first pet reptile.
What a great choice. What a great choice. The blue tongues, they're just so magnificent.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
We love hearing those stories.
Absolutely.
Anthony sent another super chat.
Anthony, you're amazing.
Despite our technology issues, I hope the Bronx Zoo photos found you eventually.
They arrived.
Then I saw some really cool bird ones.
Yeah, well, I haven't been able to go through them all yet, but some. Oh yeah, I've been through some, and we might have to look at more even during our next super chat if that's all right with you, or not super chat, regular human face-to-face chat. Like
so
humans.
I was going through for sales tax purposes and like reconciling the business, going through all of the one-on-ones. Are you looking at me like that?
Oh dear, this is going to be a devastating number.
No, it's not. There's no number. I just want to I want to highlight repeating people that come because I start to recognize the same names over. Like
absolutely,
Anthony is one. Robert Watson is another one. There's like the same ones that are.
And it is so cool because there are those people that have come 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah. And
like by now, I just feel like we're just old friends. Like the first time it's sort of like, we're getting to know each other. The very first one I ever did. And we talked today, but the very first one I ever did, it was a little bit nerve-wracking. Like, what is this even going to be like? But now, like, I know it's just, like I'm getting to meet an old friend that I've never met before, and that's so fun. But then, when we've had several chats already, it's just like we're just old friends. We just roll right into a conversation about all kinds of cool stuff. And it's just fun.
Victoria just did a super chat that said, "Thank you. We'll give it another go." Victoria, are you from?
We won't give up.
Britain, because the XX. I know that's like I have friends who live in England, and they do instead of doing XO, they do XX everything. It's so cute. I love it. Okay. Also, the one-on-ones are super fun, and the Reptile Room is changing and evolving
really fast.
So fast. So
because of the one-on-ones. Like otherwise, it was just in survival mode.
Yeah, we're like, we don't want to put any money into this. We just need to keep it afloat so that we can get past this pandemic.
Yeah, every dollar was for rent.
Yes, exactly. And now that so many people are supporting us, we're able to actually put some money into it and make it the dream that we want it to be. Mm-hmm. And so it's evolving and changing all the time. So anytime you do a super chat, not only are you getting to see all of Clint's animals and hanging out with Clint, but you're also getting to see how the Reptile Room is evolving and changing. And it's really fun. We just barely got a huge 8-foot tree.
Yeah, I was just gonna tell them
Were you
about
gonna
that.
tell them?
Well, just now while you were talking about it, yeah, we just got a ginormous tree. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
I've never
It's
been this excited about a tree before.
Oh, it's so gorgeous, and I love it in there, and it like makes my heart pitter patter when I think about it.
You hear the pitter patter of Alicia's heart?
I guess I'm the plant one in the relationship.
Well, I like the plants too.
True. Ash M said, "Hi Clint, it's Ashley. I missed you answering my question, but I will go back and listen. I'm going to stay here and enjoy the rest of the chat." I think she's the one on Patreon.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, I'm glad you'll get a chance to see it, and I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here.
And Stephen Shepard just sent $5. Stephen Shepard, that's another name.
Absolutely.
Thanks for reminding me of your name, Stephen Shepard, for the $5.
Well, that's totally the thing. Like you see him come in here, you're like, yeah, I know you.
Yeah. Michelle said, "What kind?" I think that means what kind of tree. It's a Dracaena.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? It's like D-R-A-C-E, D-R-A-C-E-A-N-A.
Dracaena? I don't know.
Yeah.
If you know, type the proper phonetic pronunciation for.
Yeah. I love it. Should we show them a picture of it? Did you ever take a picture of it when it was in the van?
No.
Oh,
Oh man, it barely fit in the van. I did a little reptile presentation up north, and then I got it on the way home, and we have all the seats out of the van. When I saw the tree, I was like, this is never gonna happen. But it did by the skin of its, I guess, leaves fit in there.
Yeah, I love it. And like the pictures I saw of it, I was like, this is big, but like not ginormous. It'll be fine. Clint got it to the reptile room, and I saw it yesterday for the first time. I'm like, this is ginormous. I love it. Okay, sorry. Haley Yaki sent $5 and said, "My baby daughter and I love to watch your videos before bed. Although I find them super informal and fun, it is the only thing that puts her to sleep." That's so cute.
That is adorable.
How old is your daughter? That's so fun.
I'll have to release just a whole video of me like singing nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
Those are all so twisted, by the way.
Jason Huntsman, I'm just going to interrupt you.
Yeah, do it.
Clint, how do you have so many animals and support a family?
I'm very busy. And that's one of the things. I'm excited. I keep trying to free up my life more, but it always ends up pretty darn full.
I think you like to be busy. You like to be involved in projects.
I like the projects. I don't like the busyness.
Yeah. Haley said she's 9 months old. Thank you.
That is so cute.
Dracaena is the name, is how you say it.
I buy that.
Okay. Let's see. Real quick. What was I going to say about you supporting the family? Oh, crested geckos. So Clint has a lot of crested geckos. He was breeding them for not a long time, but he was having fun breeding projects with all of his crested geckos, and he is very sentimental and falls in love with them, and then he doesn't want to sell them, so we just have a lot of crested geckos. And he likes to feed them when they're awake because they're nocturnal, so he likes to feed them at night during the early morning. And so he usually waits until we put the kids to bed, and he waits until I fall asleep, and then he goes and feeds all the crested geckos because he doesn't want to miss time with the family, and he still wants to. Victoria, it worked! I just got an email that she got it booked.
Victory!
Yay, Victoria!
Victory with Victoria!
And Anthony just sent another super chat. Do you have a name for the Vinegaroon yet?
I don't. I'm taking suggestions on Vinegaroon names. That is a great. It seems so terrifying and wonderful. I'll name it Kitty.
No.
Because it's a monster, like in Monsters, Inc.
I know, but only
Kitty may be Kitty?
Yeah.
But that's a different reason to be Kitty.
No, not that kitty. Remember the rubber snake was
I know.
Kitty?
But that kitty was Kitty named after Kitty the cat.
No, it was named after Kitty Mike Wazowski.
All right. So not Kitty. Something... Do
you want to tell them this conversation that we've just had?
So Alicia used to not be fond of reptiles at all.
I caught a garter snake when I was young, and it bit me. And so I didn't mind, like, they didn't creep me out. It wasn't that I couldn't look at them or see them. I liked going to see them in the zoos and things, but I didn't want to hold them.
Alicia was also not a fan of cats.
Yeah.
She disliked all of them.
Cats.
But we one day when we were dating, we found this really friendly, just really wonderful cat. And it kind of softened Alicia's heart, I think, a little bit on cats. And then I caught a rubber boa. And she was not keen to see that either. But I was telling her, like, this is the nicest creature you're ever going to come across.
This is when we were dating.
Yep.
This is 11 years ago.
This is like the kitty that we found, but of snakes, and so we called the rubber boa kitty.
Named after Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. Because don't make that face. I think it was. Clint disagrees.
Was the cat named after Kitty Mike Wazowski?
So.
Okay, so apparently we called the kitty Kitty, not because it was a kitty, but after Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. That's
no, not Mike
story.
Wazowski solely.
Sully. Yeah, Mike. No.
What Boo
calls Sully.
Because he's so big and scary, and yet he has such a soft little heart. So Boo calls him Kitty.
Let us know in the comments what you think is the truth here.
No! They all love you better.
I don't know if that's true.
Okay, a couple more super chats coming in. Mark Atkins said, thanks for a face-to-face call a few weeks back. At the time, I was worried about my royal python because he hadn't eaten for 8 months. Last week, he finally ate. Looking forward to another face-to-face soon. Those are so fun. I'm so happy that you're doing that.
Me too. They're incredible.
That's a very unique thing, I think, for YouTubers to do. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really awesome.
And it's weird that it is unique.
Yeah. And you like getting to know everyone and seeing what they're into and their animals and showing off the animals at the room, and like it's such a cool thing. Oh,
it's fun for me, and it's been so important.
Victoria Usher said it worked on hubby's laptop, so yay!
Yay!
Keith Payne said name it dressing because of the vinegar smell.
Oh, maybe vinaigrette. Raspberry.
Raspberry.
I love raspberry vinaigrette.
Raspberries.
Only one man would dare to give me raspberry. Type it if you know who it is.
Is that from Jurassic Park?
No, it is not.
Balsamic.
Raspberry. Only one man would dare to give me raspberry.
What is that from?
I don't think you've ever seen it.
Interesting.
I like raspberry though.
Dan.
Oh! Somebody knows.
What is it?
Rowan Wren knows.
Where's Rowan Wren?
Deron Guerrero knows.
Lone Star. I have never seen Lone Star.
It's not Lone Star.
Lone Star from
Jimmy B.
From Lone Star Runner?
No.
Oh.
No, not from Homestar Runner.
Oh.
All right. It's from Spaceballs. You guys are the best. You guys are so the best.
Oh, dear. Dan
I'm a
Shankel
mug.
said, your videos helped me convince my wife that we need some reptiles. We now have 2 cresties. It helped my wife thinks you're adorable.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear that. Will you repeat that in a second? Because the whole time, all that was running through my head is, I'm a mug. Part man, part dog. I'm my own best friend. Okay. They just got gross and giggles. And then he just throws something at it.
Okay. It's way over. We're getting a little loopy.
We're getting goofy. This is our goofy hour. Right around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we just lose it.
Dan Chinkle said, your videos helped me convince my wife that we need some reptiles. We now have 2 cresties. It helped that my wife thinks that you're adorable.
Oh, I got enough out of it before to know it was a really awesome comment. Yeah. That was even better than I thought. I'm so happy for you.
Saskia said, shout out to Alicia for being wonderful and helping.
Isn't she the greatest?
So nice. Thank you.
Thank you for saying that.
Sherry LBW said, okay, spring 2021. You guys come out and we will visit Cypress Garden, Folly Beach. LOL.
Oh, man. I am
Cypress
so
Garden
excited.
And Folly Beach.
In our adult life, we've always had like my very modest graduate income, which left us poor only really in 2 ways. We felt like we
felt really blessed.
Yeah, we've budgeted well. We've been extremely blessed. But we always had to drive cars that broke down, and we haven't really been able to travel. Mm-hmm. And there are just so many places I would love to go see, and like opportunities are opening up. There are herpetological societies and stuff that want to take us to different places. And I'm just so excited to get to meet you guys and just be out there and just see all the cool things and go herping. And the world's getting to be very exciting, except right now. It can't be. I was supposed to go to Maine right now to an expo, but
Oh, is that right now?
I was around right now, but
Interesting.
it didn't happen. We probably would have gone to Tinley, but I don't know.
You should tell them what we're celebrating on Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday?
Yeah.
This coming Wednesday, Alicia and I are celebrating our anniversary. 9 years? Great Scott. Isn't that exciting? I'm really excited. And you remember, she's usually off by a day because we had to change the day we originally planned by one day. And so she often forgets exactly which day it is. Anyway, exciting stuff.
I always am off. But you do have a face-to-face chat on our anniversary.
So it's an extra special one.
We still have no idea what we're going to do.
We'll figure it out. What should we do for our anniversary, though? Something fun.
Yeah, we have 3 kids. So
yeah, we have 3 kids. One's a pretty new baby and COVID.
Yeah.
We don't have COVID, but COVID is about.
COVID is about. Anthony said, when the world in the room reopens, I'm going to make my pilgrimage to the Reptile Room. He's from New York, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. That'd be so fun to meet him.
Oh, I'm super excited.
Cute. Everyone's saying happy anniversary. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you, guys. What arrived? Okay, I should show them one more time before.
Somebody didn't see it? Oh, yeah.
Somebody doesn't know what arrived. And it's so freaking wonderful.
Jason
and I promise
and Michelle are probably like, get off the live stream.
Yeah.
We have stuff to do.
They do have to go soon, but I do want to show. Are we doing okay on Super Chats?
Yep.
We're all caught up good.
Cute. Thanks for wishing us.
I thought you were saying this was cute.
No, that thing's creepy.
Yeah, that's why I got it. It's creepy, it's crawly, it's friendly, and wonderful. Come on, little one.
That was supposed to be a rhyme. Make it a rhyme. It's creepy, it's crawly.
It's creepy, it's crawly. Its name is probably Raspberry. It doesn't have a very good rhyme scheme, but what can you do? Okay, here we go. Oh, isn't it wonderful? And horrifying.
Michelle said, I think it's so ugly, it's cute.
Yeah, there you go.
Although there are some things that are so ugly, it's cute. Like an eye, for example, is so
this
ugly.
This is a very eye-ish.
Like that is not cute. That's
its whole body is just the eye's hand. Is that the most eye hand? Yes, it is. There's that long, skinny index finger.
No, it's not. Like there are things that are so ugly that you're like, you're so ugly. You're just.
No, I'm just saying this is
creepy.
This looks like the hand of an eye. That's really what it looks like.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Oh goodness. All right. So my leading names right now are Raspberry, Lone Star, and Eye.
What planet did it come from?
I do not know. It is definitely
Can
from
you
some
name it?
alien.
What was it? Mog? I want you to name him
Mog. Part man, part dog. It's
Yeah.
his own best friend.
Yeah. Is that from Spaceballs too?
Yes, it is. That's what Barf is. He's a Mog.
No.
Alicia didn't like that at all. His name's Barf. This is over. Anyway.
I really want to.
Brian!
What?
Brian Cusco. He says, I like Mog. Welcome,
Thanks,
Brian.
Be on Team Leisha. Nobody's ever on Team Leisha.
That's not true.
Name him Lone Star.
Oh.
You should name it Stealthy.
Stealthy. Brian, I'm so glad you're here.
Yes.
We need to have you here in person more often.
We need to go to Hawaii together.
Yes.
Let's do that for now. Hawaii's crazy right now.
Yeah, I don't think that's too possible at the moment. But someday in the future world, I am so excited.
Can Leisha spell her name for us? My name, it's spelled Leisha. My mom's name is Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
So they just switched the consonants to get Leisha, and I'm named after her, after my mom.
And that's not, it's not short for anything. So her name isn't Alicia. Though sometimes people pause because they're trying to think of her name. And they go, Leisha. Then they're being accurate. But if they end up with Alicia, it's wrong.
Yep.
Okay,
Thanks,
Leash.
Lauren.
So are we going to switch creatures?
No, I'm not holding that. If somebody sends $5 more, I'll hold it.
Really?
Oh.
I can't believe you said that.
Okay, $5.
Holy smokes! I can't believe that's your deal. Oh man.
Thanks, Brent. Thanks, Brenna. Brenna's telling me that they're on my team.
Team Alicia. What
Yeah.
was his? What about Mog?
I don't know. They just said, thanks for spelling it. I've been wondering too. I'm totally on Team Alicia. She's awesome.
Okay, it looks like.
Oh,
They got you, Johnny R. Johnny R.
I'm
Johnny.
scared, Johnny. I know.
Okay, I'm gonna let this walk onto the keyboard. Then I'll take the baby from you.
Oh, I'm scared. Why did I do it so low?
I don't know.
Like $20.
If somebody sends $9,000, $5, I was like, really?
Just sent $15. Team Vinny, hold it. Just Perry. Okay. Johnny R, you did it. Johnny R is not Team Alicia.
She like, this is genuine. This wasn't like pre-planned. I cannot believe she said that.
My hands are so clammy. I wish you could feel my clammy hands right now. I'm so scared.
Well, I know one thing that's about to feel your clammy hands. I'm trying to put it down.
Fleeting Candle sent 50 Canadian
Holy
dollars.
cow.
50 to steady your nerves.
Fleeting Candle, you're amazing.
Natasha Peterson sent 5. Come on, it's not dangerous. Oh my gosh.
Okay, here's what we'll have to do.
Okay.
Hand the baby into my hand here.
Sleeping babies.
Hand the sleeping baby.
Got her.
Okay. All right. Now you take your seat. You guys are awesome. I can't believe you got her to do this.
Oh, Victoria is from England. I feel like I might want to hold a scorpion over this thing.
Don't worry. Alicia, you're doing amazing. It's.
Oh.
Here, stop pushing my hand away. Put your hand up flat. There you go. Just let it smell your clammy hands. There we go.
I'm holding it.
You guys are amazing. I can't believe. I was ready to end it. I'm like.
Okay.
No,
Deep breaths. Ooh.
Oh, it's amazing. Leash. I'm so proud of you.
I want it on my arm. Don't walk up my arm. It feels so. Do you have a pet scorpion? This is a Vinegaroon. And
what does it feel like?
it feels like straw or hay.
What a description.
You know when you're like, I don't know, touching a scarecrow.
Something everyone can relate to.
Yeah.
You know when you're touching a scarecrow?
It's hanging on to me. I don't want it to hang on. Fleeting Candles just sent 50 more Canadian dollars. What a champ. Way to go. Thank you for that. Stephen Shepard. Yay for Alicia.
I'm so proud of you, Alicia. I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe
I don't like it walking on my hand. I mean on my arm.
Okay, we'll put your other hand out there again.
Okay.
Yeah, treadmill this bad boy.
Okay.
He's
You
amazing.
did good. We're proud of you. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Morelia. Oh. I don't want it on my
Martha's awake. She's just like, what is all this? There's a lot of enthusiasm. Team Leisha!
Yay! I have a team.
Leisha. I'm on Team Leisha too, so. Oh, you did? So
Okay,
good.
what else does it feel like? Like just
Like a scarecrow. Where have you been? Don't you all hold
I
scarecrows?
feel like maybe people from Utah don't like handle hay or straw, like bales of hay to decorate with or to like bale hay.
Let's see. Yeah, I actually think that's a good description if you've
Because it's
been
very
around hay.
light and it's very
A little bit pokey.
prickly. Yeah. What about Vincent von Garuni? I don't like it when it hangs on.
Yeah.
It's hanging on.
Just
It's hanging
because
on.
you did a really good job of staying calm. I mean, not in your voice, but in your actions.
Okay, can I put him away?
I think so. Can she put him away?
$9,000
$9,000 if you want her to keep holding it.
$9,000. like it crawling.
I wasn't
This
gonna
looks
sell it at $5 like you, Bear.
Brenna Fender, thank you so much, and thanks for being on my team. Okay.
You guys are incredible.
Okay.
I can't believe
Okay,
that
buddy.
just happened. I cannot believe you did that.
Okay.
I can't believe you said you'd do it for $5.
Why did I do it so
I don't know. That was awesome. I was thrilled because I thought you'd pick some quantity that would never happen, so you wouldn't have to do it. But you're like, here's an amount that I know for sure will come rolling in.
Okay, it still kind of feels like it's on me. My hands are so clammy.
I'm
I
sorry,
wish you
baby
could
girl.
feel my clammy, sweaty,
You did such a
scared
good
hands.
job,
But I
Alicia.
did
I'm
it,
so
and
proud of
next
you.
time I won't be such a girl about it.
You were amazing.
Oh,
You were
dear.
amazing, Leash. Well,
okay,
that
my
was awesome, guys. That was one of the most fun ones I think we've ever done.
live stream.
Yeah, I really had a blast. Thank you guys for thanks Leash for throwing that out there, and thank you guys for helping motivate her and for calming her nerves. It's really fun, it's kind of, I think, one of the great things about our balance is that Alicia brings a whole other aesthetic and experience to our experience with reptiles. Sorry, I'll be back.
Mr. and Mrs. Morelia said, Morelia said, now it's officially the best live stream ever.
Best live stream ever!
Thank you so much.
That really was
You guys,
incredible.
thanks for your support. That was really fun to see you guys like, Alicia,
Yeah.
doing something scary. That was awesome.
That was so cool. That really, I'm all pumped now. Thank you guys so much for this just super experience. You guys are just incredible. We love you guys. Thank you for saving the Reptile Room. Please keep doing face-to-faces. I'm just looking forward to meeting all of you guys. Hopefully soon you can come out and visit us. As always, like and subscribe, and we hope to see you real soon.
Uh-oh, I was going to say
It's
bye.
not over.
Bye.